You're watching Let's Chat.
All right, serious question here. What would happen if your power went out? And I don't mean a 30 or 40 second power blink. What if this happened for an extended period of time? What would you do? Well, if you had the product our next guest is talking about, you really wouldn't have to worry about that. And as Luke Dalton, Luke is here with Generac Home Standby Generators. First of all, Luke, good to have you here.
Thank you, Chip.
I know the name's pretty explanatory, but tell me again exactly what is a Generac Home Standby Generator?
Yeah, great question. So it's basically a box that sits outside your home, and it runs off either natural gas or propane.
Right.
But when you lose power, it automatically brings power back to your house in 15 seconds and everything's back to normal.
15 seconds is a pretty quick turnaround for something like that. And one of the things I've noticed and admired about Generac is they don't stand out like a sore thumb like some other generators do.
Yeah, that's right. We build a custom game plan before we install them to get the homeowner to see what would look the most aesthetic for their home. But they really do look good.
Tell me what some of the big concerns you hear about or you hear from as far as your potential customers are concerned. And it's not what you think it might be.
Yeah, they really do range. They got anywhere from, we have people who are on oxygen, who are worried about not having power if the power goes off in the middle of the night.
Right.
People can't get to them, all the way to people teach their kids at home. They learn online, they work from home, and if their power goes out for a day, they can't work. So there's really anything in between there.
Plus there's a mental and emotional comfort, if you will,
yes, sir,
that goes into having a Generac generator.
Yes, sir. We pride ourselves on delivering peace of mind. So when you're in a power outage, when you look in retrospect, it's, hey, power's only out for 30 minutes, but when you're in it, you don't know when it's going to come back on. Do I need to go to a hotel? Do I need to take the kids somewhere? What's my next course of action? And
especially when we have the dreaded ice storms.
Right.
Snow, it's still an inconvenience when the power goes out, but with ice storms, you could be out for days. Yes, and you can't get anywhere. So your home is basically your sanctuary at that point. Walk me through what happens when someone calls you and says, hey, Luke, I must, got to have one of your generators. What happens from that point forward? Yeah, first thing is they'll talk with one of our experts. We'll get as much information from this as possible to give them a good ballpark of where they're going to be. And we also like to answer as many questions for them then. But ultimately, we'll do an on-site visit where we build them a custom game plan, see what size generator they need to meet code, and see where they want to place it and when they want to get it done. What about if you have a really big home and you're a little concerned about, well, maybe one generator just isn't going to cut it? Yeah, so you can get generators all the way up to cover a big commercial building. Really? So yes, sir, one can always do it, but you can also choose maybe which panel you want backed up. I know a lot of people, they're building a home right now, and I tell them to put the circuits that they want backed up, they're things that are for emergency, on one panel. We can just back up that one panel, not everything. That is pretty amazing. Yeah. Another couple of questions also, and without getting into price point specifics, but these Generac generators are very cost efficient. Yeah, and we have a lot of customers who it saved them a ton of money, where they lost power during a rainstorm and their sump pump kicked on, so they didn't have to redo their whole basement. But usually the price can be anywhere from, for most homes, $13,000 to $16,000. That's completely installed, turnkey, everything you need. But a lot of people finance that, and that starts around $170 a month. Which is a pretty calm or a pretty small amount to pay for peace of mind. Yes, sir. You know you get these. What about the warranty on the Generacs? Yeah, so we put a monitoring device on there that alerts us if there's ever an issue. That automatically gets them a 5-year extended warranty, but you can get a warranty all the way up to 10 years, and that's parts, labor, everything. And there is nothing that you can't do. There's no sort of building, no sort of cabin. As long as you have got the proper real estate for it, then you guys are good to go. Yes, sir. McCay Southern, we specialize in delivering backup power, so we got the infrastructure for customer service and the team to make any install happen. And among, if not the best warranty in the generator business. Yes, sir. How do you go wrong? Luke, we got to leave it there, but thanks so much for joining us. Chip. Find out more. It doesn't matter if you're doing it in an existing home or you're building from the ground up. Don't do it without McCay Southern. Their website, McCaySouthern.com, McCaySouthern.com. Again, Luke, our thanks for joining us, and we hope you'll come back over the coming weeks. We will do. Chip. We hope you will come back. On the other side of this commercial break, we're talking with our friends from the Chattanooga Speech and Hearing Center right here on Let's Chat.